D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just finished the latest episode of Stargirl, season 3, episode 2. This one's called The Suspects. There we go. The Usual Suspects, my favorite movie. But this episode, okay, so I don't know how much I'm going to keep these glasses, this whole shenanigans up. I bought these for my kids, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear them and everything, but they're kind of annoying and they kind of hurt the bridge of my nose. Anyways, okay, so I'm just gonna take them off. Okay. So here's the thing about this episode. Was it bad? No. Was it good? I mean, yeah, but it wasn't anything stellar, But you know what I really like about this show? That it's not it's nothing, Oscar winning writing, but I like that I can watch it and I don't have to worry about my kids walking into the room and like hearing bad things, or seeing something that they shouldn't see. So I like the wholesomeness of it. And yet it's still, and they do spend some money on these visual effects. I thought the visual effects in this episode were very good, especially for TV. And I think the acting is done well. And it's just not one of these, it's not trying to be something that it's not. You see, I don't like to compare, but we have to just compare. When you watch the shows like Batwoman, it was trying to be this what's it called? Where they were trying to, this protesting kind of thing, and this activist kind of show and everything. And you're all like, I don't think you understand how comic books work because, and how superheroes work because it's not, activism. It's just a good time. Anyways, so this episode, again, was very like, I feel like they're kind of setting stuff up. If you remember last season, the first 2 episodes, it didn't really like start building up and getting to the good stuff until Eclipso showed up. So I think that's what we're kind of getting here and everything. Before I get started on this breakdown, though, which it will be happening right now, I want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that I said that, let's get started on the breakdown of this episode. So it starts off with a little bit like a flashback or whatever. We start off in this trailer park where the gambler from last episode, he's going outside because he heard, he comes over here, and this is his little trailer. And he comes in. Now, his trailer is nice for a trailer, very small. But he gets his thing. The passcode is 007. I'm like, oh geez. And he starts dancing. I don't like this kind of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll be in my house and I'll just be all like playing some music and start dancing. But I'm all like, I don't understand his reasoning for it here. But he starts dancing and is all like doing his little thing, which I'm like, all right, get yours, gambler. And he puts his duck. That's one thing I don't talk to inanimate objects. Like, I'm not like, hey, coffee mug, serving up my coffee. Doing your business and everything. No, but he sets that duck down. He's like, quack, quack, Mr. Duck. And I'm all like, what? Why are you talking to that duck? So he's doing his thing, which is cool. He's ironing his suit. It's fine. All right. Be happy. So then we get Sports Master turns up and he's like watching. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get me some payback kind of thing. And he's trying to look for his daughter on the interwebs. And so he's about to grab this bat, but then and then we saw this where he picks up the gun and then he peels away, the Sports Master. He's like, forget it, because they're trying to go good and everything. And he comes outside and, with his gun, and then he goes back inside and throws the gun away. But then we get right over here where we get the Shade pops up. And we find out later what happens, but he pops up and everything. So then they're back at the garage talking about what exactly happened. And they talk about how they went there to go find the game, to talk to the gambler about his old gang. And Yolanda is all like, we found Cindy there and she was holding the gun. And, like other people in the show, and I said last episode, this trailer is torn up. And so she didn't shoot him. And we find out later in the conversation, well, she's all like, she said she didn't do it. And she finds this letter and she's like, oh, well, if she said she didn't do it, case solved. She didn't do it. And then I'm all like, yeah, that's a good point, Yolanda. I think that Stargirl here, Courtney, is being very like naive to the whole situation. Like, just because she says she didn't do it doesn't mean she didn't do it. I don't think she did it though. I think there's a much bigger story here, anyways. But she reads the letter that he wrote. It's very heartfelt. It's talking about a father. He's like, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you when you were younger, but I'm trying to be a part of your life now. Which I thought was nice. Some dads, don't know they have kids out there. And then when they hear about it, they're all like, I want to find my kid because I want to be, the father that I wasn't. So then Cindy's back at her dad's old the ISA's headquarters, and she's got some potions and lotions going on and everything. Our man kid he's going to check the body of Solomon Grundy to make sure he wasn't the one that he rose from the grave and then it was and then attacked. So she's talking to Pat and talking about how he was trying to find his daughter and it was genuine and all that stuff, and he was trying to turn his life around kind of thing. They're blaming all of this on a freak tornado touchdown, which I'm all like, okay, I guess, whatever. And then what's this kid's name? Shoot, I forgot. I don't remember. But and then Jakeem, they're talking about how this is their perfect opportunity to solve the case and be a part of the team. And I'm all like, you guys, come on, man. And then we get the Thunderbolt talking, which is fine, but I have to be honest, even though I like Seth Green, it's not the same. What was his name? Dunnigan. What's his first name? Shoot, I don't remember. Anyways, so Mommy Stargirl, she goes to work and they're all talking about the freak tornado. I'm gonna put the mask back on because it was super fun with the mask. So they're talking about the tornado that touched down, and they're talking about how it killed the gambler and everything. And then this guy's all like, you're late again. And she's like, you're not my boss. And I'm like, yeah, dude, nobody likes a narc, dude. Nobody likes a narc. But he's talking about how he's like, can you make it to the meeting where I can vote your stuff down again? And they're all like, huh? And I'd be like, if that was me, I'd be like, okay, well, let's see what happens, fucker. So then she goes in and Tigress is waiting for her. And she's all like, Artemis said she did great at the tryouts. And she's like, I didn't hear anything about it. And she's all like, listen, I'm trying to reform myself. I smile at people I don't like to be happy. And she's all like, they want me to bake a cake, a German chocolate cake. Why would I do that when I could just buy one? And she's all like, well, if you put, time and effort into it, they say you get more out of it and everything. And she's like, do you know how to bake? And she's like, no, I don't. And me, I am not a baker. Like I'm Betty Crocker. I am not. So I totally get this whole thing. And then later on when they do bake, that's me all over it. Like it's crazy. So back at high school, they're sitting here talking about the whole thing. And Cindy walks up and she's like, did you guys have a meeting without me? And they're like, yeah, and everything. She's like, is this a meeting right now? And they're like, yes. Cindy needs to calm down because it's hard with this stuff. I'm pretty sure they didn't mean to exclude her. Maybe they did. I don't know. But if they didn't mean to exclude her, it happens. You're the new member. Maybe they're just like, sorry, we're just so used to just us. Calm it down, sister. She's like, listen, this is an opportunity for us to all, gather our bearings and talk about this. So then this waitress makes this tea for this dude and she's like shaking and stuff, and me, I'm all like, honey, it's just tea. If this stuffy British dude doesn't like it, tell him to kick rocks, okay? But I guess he gave her lessons. Look at that face. That's a good face. I'm glad I got that. But I guess it's delicious. It was very bad acting at this moment in time, or at least the writing was bad, because he's like this Earl Grey would be so tremendously happy about this stupendous tea. And I'm all like, oh God, nobody talks like this, dude. Stop it. So then Sylvester and Pat show up and they're like, we need to talk to you. And they're all like, did you kill the gambler? Where were you last night? Where was the last time you saw the gambler? And they're like, I saw him here. And then I went and talked to him because I wanted to help it. And like, or maybe you just wanted to attack him. And he's all like, he's like, if I wanted to kill him, I would pull him into the chateau realm. Or maybe he doesn't say here. He says that later. I'll tell you later. Anyways. And he like grabs him and threatens him and everything, causing little scenes, scaring people. And he's like, hey man, you can't do that stuff. You can't do that. You can't just be like grabbing people by the collar in public and attacking them. And he's all like, it's like, you're right. He's like, yada, yada, yada. So he goes, he's like, I need some time to cool down. And then he goes to school to talk to Courtney. And then we go over to this kid, Nate Icicle 2 Jr. And he's trying to paint, but every time he paints, his like little freezy powers comes in and everything. He's like, and then he like throws the stuff up. And then the teacher, which remember last season, got taken over by or he was got the little eye from Eclipso and everything, but he's all like, I just need sorry, Tom, I just need some time alone. And I'm all like, yeah, you're a weird, I don't know how I feel about this. His acting in this episode wasn't the best. So then these two are trading. He's like, show me what you got. Show me what you got, girl. Show me what you got and everything. So they do a little montage of stuff. He like flips stuff around and then he does this little light thing. And he's like, and he blasts up in the air. Then these two are baking a cake and it does look like crap. They're like third time's a charm because she's like, it does not look like the picture. Like it does not look like the picture, but that looks like how I would make a cake. Like no joke. I am not a cook or a baker. And every time I attempt to try, it doesn't turn out well. So my wife is the baker / cook of the family. Anyways, so she's all like, so they're all like, I can't remember what he says here. I can't remember. Anyway, so he's like, so to do that, I don't remember what it's called, the Starburst. We'll call it the Starburst. He's like, you take everything that you are and you gather it up all into this kinetic energy and then you slam it into the ground and everything. And the first attempt, she slams it and she flies back. But the second attempt, she gathers it up and she gathers all these memories. You see all these flashbacks of her and the team and everything. And then she blasts off into the air. So then these two are at school and he's like, I've got it. He's like, you're going to make this wish. And he's like, I wrote it down, double checked it, all that good stuff. We're going to get this killer. And so he's like, I wish to know the name of the killer that killed the gambler, the former ISA member, also known as whatever his real name is and everything. And then it puts it up in the thing and it says the killer has many names. And I was like, oh, lamos stamos, come on. If you could totally, if give him the name, fine, give him one name that it's called. Okay. Oh, and it could be like a random name. They could just be like, he's called the Matt Cat 83 and everything. They could just be like random name and they'd be like, yeah, he's called by many names. That's what he was called when he was 4 years old. Pookie, you know? So then Sylvester and Courtney go to the Shade's house because he's gonna apologize. And he's like, what are you here for? To verbally attack me again? And they're like, no, Sylvester came to apologize. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I got a little bit, out of hand earlier. And he's like, yes, he's a good, because if I really wanted to kill the gambler, I would just pull him into the chateau realm. He's like you did, Dr. Midnighter. And he's like, I saved him. He's like, what about Wesley Dobbs, which is the Sandman? What about I can't remember what the second person needs names. I think it's the Flash, or maybe he names the Green Lantern, but he's all like, and then he based, long story short, he goes, sorry guys. He goes, I was at your funeral. He's like, everybody showed up for everybody else's funeral, but you know who was at your funeral? Nobody. And so he attacks him. And then he's all like, yo, and she pulls back the staff and he's all like, I'm gonna go now. He's like, this town isn't big enough for the both of us. And he shadows out. And so they're back at the thing and they're basically reading them the riot act, like, hey, you can't be doing this kind of stuff. Yada yada yada. He's like, you're right, I'm a problem. I'm so sorry about my yawning. Anyway, so he's trying to fix the hourglass, and Beth is all like, I thought you fixed it. And he's all like, no, he's like, it's so random. He's like, I'll turn it, but I don't get an hour's worth of strength. Sometimes I'll only get 45 minutes. Sometimes I'll get 6 minutes. It's random. And we can't be in the middle of a mission and me just, bunk out kind of thing. And he's like, I'm sorry. She's like, you don't look so good. He's like, I ran into something hard and stupid. He's like, listen, he's like, I'm sorry I couldn't help you with Solomon Grundy, but I have to go for now. I've got some things I need to fix or whatever. And then he taps on his hat, which I'm like, what's that all about? And then when he goes, I didn't get a good screenshot, but he gets this green stuff in there. And I was like, what's that green stuff? What's that all about? So hopefully they show what it is. And then, so he's talking to the staff. He's like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. Yada, yada, yada. And she comes in and she's like, hey, she's all like, the thing about Blue Valley is it taught me that I'm not just Stargirl, and I can't just be Stargirl. I also have to be Courtney. And this is a place for you to get a second chance and really, become who you want to be. You can be Sylvester Pemberton. You don't have to be just Starman. He's like, you're right. And then this kid's all like, he's like, it hurts every time I try to paint. And then his grandma, she's like, you are meant for so much more, my little Limsha. And then he's like, you're so much more. And everyone's like, these accents are gross. And then he's all like, he looks back at this little painting that he did on the wall, which is not a good painting. I'm sorry, it's not good, but whatever. Van Gogh, he is not. And then back at Cindy's lair. Oh, I forgot to say something before. So way back when they were having their meeting at the school, they said whoever stole his laptop is probably the killer. Guess who has the laptop? Cindy, you're not making yourself look good here, sister. And so she's trying to figure out what the password is. She's like, what could the password be? And I'm like, why don't you try Becky or Rebecca? Then back at the gym, ripped copy? Ripped City. There we go. These two are working out / exercising. And he's like, eventually they're going to find out. And she's like, I know. And she kicks that thing. And then they're just like, everything. I was like, ooh, wonder what they did, or what are they gonna find out? Daddy wants to know. And then that's where the episode ends. Now, this is like a whole like murder mystery kind of thing, who killed the gambler. I have to be honest with you, I don't care. But at the same time, like I said before, this show this is still just set up, and it's called Suspects, but I'm all like, who are really the suspects? I mean, do we really think Tigress and the sports master killed the gambler? Because I don't think he did. Do we? Because if they did, they wouldn't need to tear apart his trailer. Do we really think? Oh, because a piece of there was a stab wound in the heart, I think they said, and they blamed it on a piece of shrapnel from the tornado. But it was probably a knife or whatever. I think it's probably Becky, his daughter. It's probably his daughter or whatever, but we'll see. But I don't think it's Tigress, or I think it's somebody we haven't seen before. That's the whole thing. So, I mean, whatever. But like I said before, the show is still good. It's still setting up this season. Like I said, last season, they kept setting it up, and it really didn't get like really good until Eclipso showed up, in my humble opinion. But and I still like this show. I still like it. I'm gonna still giving it a good shot. I don't know if it'll get renewed for season 4, because they're shaking stuff up over there at Warner Brothers in DC, but we'll see. But that is the end of this video and everything, you guys. So tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Who's your favorite JSA member? I mean, I have to say it's probably Stargirl. I really like her a lot. And they could let the other team members get some shine a little bit more. All right, tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next Stargirl breakdown review. You guys have a good day. Bye.